everyone, it is time to show you my completed 2023 planner, Johanna Basford planner, of course. Now I never colour the cover, so they're not coloured, but all the other pages are as we go through. Now we have the inside cover. I think I was experimenting with some Poscas on the black. It isn't brilliant, but it was fun. An interesting little experiment to do. But let's pop this into the centre so they're more in focus, because I think my camera tends to focus in the middle. So let's get going. So started with this one, I think, when I did my flip through, and then did one every Monday. All of them are available as, oh, I need to go that way, as videos. They're all I've done a video for everyone showing you how I've done them. Now this one I remember trying to do it in a Christmassy style because it's the week of the 26th of December to the 1st of January. So I did a sort of, I was trying to do a poinsettia with greenhouse type thing. So that was interesting, and well done to everyone who's coloured along. I know a lot of you have and shared your pictures with me, and it's really lovely to see what you've done. You haven't always done it exactly the same. You've sometimes taken a few ideas and then done something different in some areas, and that's brilliant, and I just love seeing all that. So there's our other one. Now this one, I think because these were so small, I decided to make them really easy and just do a bit of a pastel background and some metallic pen. See, I've done all of these pictures before in the main Johanna's books, so I've sometimes wanted to do something really different. I've tried to do some white shine on the glass, but you can't really see it. And I remember this one being quite fiddly. There's quite a lot of small designs in here, which were quite challenging, and actually next year's book has even more. So that's going to be fun. I love this picture. I've always liked it. I think it's from Secret Garden. Might be from Enchanted Forest. I really like it. And this was the very first picture that I did from Rooms of Wonder. Worlds of Wonder. So it's really nice to have another go at it and do it in a bit of a different way. I had black Posca background on that one. That's Magical Jungle, isn't it? And a little bit of our Ivy Feast. And again, I've done this one a few times, so I wanted to do it a little bit differently. And try and keep it simple with a lot being the same colour, because it's quite a daunting page. And I have a little colour scheme on this one going on, like a rainbow. You can see I never put a piece of paper behind, and so I always get pencil transfer across to the other page. I don't mind in my planner because it's one-sided and I don't use the planner bit. But it just sort of shows you that if you're doing this and you want to use the planner, put a bit of paper there. Sort of similarity in the colours there. I think that's polycolour. It hasn't transferred across, which is interesting. But this one has. So my brick wall stencil in the background, just to add something to that one. And a Lost Ocean design. This is done in metallic pencil, which is why they look a little bit dull. You can see they're a bit shiny, but metallic pencils are very different in their colour. They're not so vibrant, but I find that quite interesting and different. Oh, I liked this one. I remember really being very pleased with this one. The pastel in the background has really set it all off. It's just a bit of green and yellow, I think. That one I remember being quite daunted by, but we got there in the end. And this one's so teeny tiny, which is why I've stuck to a very simple colour palette so that it's not so daunting. But this one much bigger, so we could do a bit of a background, but simple pastel work. I like to keep my background simple. I have done pencil backgrounds in the past, they're quite difficult, and I just keep, there's a bit of glitter on that one, but it's nice to keep things really simple sometimes. Oh yeah, it's nice colour seahorses. And we have, this one is also metallic pencil. I think this one I tried out my new Brute Funas and compared them sort of with the castles. I find there is a better range of colour, I think, in the Brute Funas. There's more oranges and things like that. But yeah, it's all very personal, isn't it, with which brands we like. The feel of the brand, the feel of the pencil is quite similar. So another one with a pastel background. and a very intense pastel background. I wasn't sure whether this background really went very well with the pinks and purples on this one. I was a bit unsure, but I was thinking, well, this is the wall, which I was thinking sort of a brick colour, and this isn't. This is a jar, obviously a sort of light firefly or something. Probably should have had a shiny tail, but never mind. So maybe they wouldn't match, but I'm just not sure. I think maybe if I'd done that in a green it might have worked better. But I like the background a lot. It's fun. So lots of bright colours on this one. Very unlike me, but I kept the greens all the same just to try and make it look a little bit more than matching, I suppose. Look at that. It's really come off on that page. And we have another metallic pencil one here. This picture, I never know what to do with. I probably would have said that in the video. So I've done some metallic pencil and some glitter pens, just for a bit different. And yeah, this was quite daunting as well. There was so much in there, which again, just purple flowers to keep it a bit more easy for me. And the underwater one, we've got quite a big mix of colour here, although our fish are all orange and yellow, our corals all pink, and our browns and greens and yellows for the sort of foliage and the scary eel. Ah yes, again, metallic pencils for this one. It's a lot of what looks like glitter, but I don't think it's glitter, I think it's just from the pencils. Ah yes, this one is from Worlds of Wonder, Rooms of Wonder, Worlds of Wonder. We've got our cloud stencil in the background to fill in all that space. I really like this picture. I'm going to do it again in the main book soon because I've got a second copy. Now this is a bit of a problem here. I tested out my pencils here, and then because I hadn't put a piece of paper behind it, put them here, but that will erase, but I haven't got around to doing it. But it's a very purple. I like these colours. This red is really nice. I think it's probably the Venetian or Pompeian red. It's more of a, or even the flesh tones in the polychromos, I'm guessing. Ah yes, again, a very small detail page. I was thinking of doing this page as a series of little videos, the main page, not in this book. I think I just tried something a little bit different. I've used Distress ink for the background on that one. Oh yeah, pastel background, nice gold telescope. I think they're probably wood really, but I just wanted to make it look a bit fancy. It's interesting, and just a silhouette of leaves. And there we have some delicate pink. Unlike me to do pink, sometimes I do. And some much brighter colours on this one. I'm trying to look, I can't work out what pencils that is, possibly Ergos or Staedtlers of some description. This owl, so many times have I done this owl. I've done it twice this year because it was on my calendar as well. So I've done the owl so many times. And it's not always easy to find a different way of doing it. It is an adorable page though. Maybe I should follow Chris Cheng's tutorial sometime. Now this one, it's really hard to see in the background. Oh, you can see if I tip it like that, there's some pan pastel in the background, a sort of iridescent pearl. I think it's some silver actually in the clouds. But I've been promising to do this elephant for a long time, so it was nice to be able to do it for you. And the flamingos, of course Chris Cheng has her gorgeous version that I've done of this, but I did a much simpler version. And more purples. I really love colouring doors. It was great fun. And the curtains were quite good. And we have, oh, it's the fairy house, isn't it? Yeah, it was quite an old picture this, because we had like a bit at the background but none at the bottom. It was a little bit strange the way it had been cropped. And then we're moving into autumnal colours. I like this colour in the background as well. It all works quite really well together, I think. Now this one, I don't know what I was thinking. I used stickles on the butterflies and the flowers, which was fun, but this outside, ugh. I've seen someone who did similar one but did different colour on the outside, looked far better. I don't know why I did that. Now this one I was trying to do something a little bit different, and I quite like the sort of gloomy, murky look to that. I think it's a really different, very bright tree. Oh, this is a Halloweeny theme, isn't it? So that's probably why that's red, and this is dark, and then this has got sort of oranges and sort of Halloweeny colours in it, hasn't it? And then we've got our skull, of course, with our sort of water template. Yeah. Now we've got black background on this, which I think is so effective if you use lots of bright colours. It does make the page curl a bit. It still hasn't flattened out completely, even though, you know, that page hasn't been open very much. The dragons. So I did a sort of sooty background on that one. I tried to do a sort of mixed colour on them, which was a bit, trying to do something a little bit different, whereas these are just quite bright and cheerful. Oh yes, the bed. I think I watched a Barbara colour tutorial for a background on, I don't know if it was this page, and it gave me the confidence to try it on my reel, in my reel book like that, and then I just did it for this as well, just because it just works. I like it. It looks like we've got a sort of glow coming out into night, but it's just pretty, I think. Ah, Christmas already. The year's gone by fast, hasn't it? So I really like doing these ribbons and parcels and things. It's a fun one to do. Oh yeah. Now here we had a bit of glitter pen on all of them, and sort of tried to match them up because I wasn't really sure what else to do with them really. And the gingerbread house. I don't know why that page has gone so curly. Yes. Quite a recent one. I was pleased with that one. And the last one is our polar bear that I finished yesterday. So there we go. There's our little book. Not too long a video, but thought I would just go through it with you. And all of the pictures, I haven't done anything in the back, are available. And I did a bit on the back cover. I'm trying to work out, that's pencil. And it just doesn't show up. I was just playing. Well, I mean, you can see that I've tried to do something, but yeah, it doesn't really show up. I was just playing around, as I said. But yes, thank you for everyone that followed along all the videos, and they will be there as long as you need them. So whether you're colouring these pictures in here or in the main books, they'll be there for you to have a go at. So yes, thank you so much for watching, and as I say, for those of you that have joined me or just watched the videos, I really appreciate it. It keeps me going knowing that people are watching and enjoying, so thank you so much. Yes, hope you have a really super day and happy colouring.